folks, and welcome to Subjective Thoughts. And our comic for today is Mouse Guard Dawn of the Black Axe, Issue 2 by Boom Studios. Now, there is fighting, killing, slicing, a bit of blood, and a ghostly elk in this one. So, if you are in any way squeamish, you have been warned. Also, spoilers. Alright, here's the team. So, when we last left off Bradrick, who is, essentially the first Black Axe for mice kind, or mouse kind, he had just killed his first of the 5 snakes that surrounded. By the way, this is 916 is the year here, while in the original stories of Mouse Guard, it is 1154. The year, I mean. I'm not sure you're supposed to say that correctly, but yeah. So it's like what 300 years in between. So yeah, this is that. So he just killed the first of the 5 snakes that back then surrounded the territories. And back then the territories were very small for the mice because of these 5 snakes. They surrounded the mice and they couldn't go any further. And here we have the creator of the Black Axe, the weapon, I mean, the forger, who came to them and brought them the axe. And then Bradrick, a young guard mouse, decided to take it upon himself to become this champion. Take on the revenge for Farah or Farrer. Yeah, I'm probably still butchering that one. Anyway, that was the first issue, so we left him off. He killed the first snake, one of the eldest ones. And then the elk sort of left him. Well, not sort of, he left him. We see him disappear. So in this one, we start with and not a retelling, but information. Information. It's written that because of what Bradrick has been doing, going around and him killing the first big snake, it caused a lot of trouble to the other mice. Because the snakes figured, well, if one mouse can take a weapon and kill us, so can the others. So before they could, they're basically going and killing other mice. And as the issue begins, they're attacking this little mouse, what do you call it, city? No, not city. One of the territory of the mouse where they have arsed weeds and something else. A bunch of the smaller snakes go and essentially kill all of the mice there. I think the only survivor is a little girl. And she goes to Lockhaven and informs them of what happened. Their matriarch is there, and those other 2 that were in the first issue. She asks the matriarch about the young fur, the little girl, and the guard says that on their next patrol to some other place, they're going to take her to her relatives. But it's too dangerous for them to go anywhere. And what are they going to do about food if this keeps up? And the female mouse that's with them says rations. And then the male mouse that's with them blames Bradrick, for all of him doing this. And their matriarch, I forgot her name. Their matriarch, she looks out the window and saying, "Do you think he is even still alive?" Then we move on to Bradrick. So in the next pages, we essentially go through a period of 3 years. The elk has left Bradrick, and now he's alone, fighting against the snakes, killing them where he goes. He set up a tent in this area far away from the mouse territory, so they come to him. He's wondering where the elk is. He wishes he would come back because he does not want to be alone. He's been alone for so long. And between that little firefly, firefly? Or I forgot what you call them. I know in Hebrew it's gachlilit, but maybe firefly. You know those bugs that light up. But yeah, that's what comes to him because at first he turns and he thinks that maybe it's the spirit of the elk that has been accompanying him and guiding him. So he keeps fighting. A period of 3 years pass. It's 916 to 919. So for 3 years he battles the snakes. Then in 919 he goes down to a pit of snakes where another one of the 5 major snakes dwells with all of its children. And he goes down, but the clink of his lantern on the ground wakes them up. And then a really cool fight starts that we only see in shadows. He defeats all of the small snakes. And I think that the reason really he went down there because it seems like he's given up or it was a trick for the big snake. I don't know. The snake's got a bunch of arrows. I think one sword in its skin. So he approaches the snake and said, I am tired. I just decided to take as many of your kind with me as before I join the ghostly realm. And then the snake is about to get at him, as Bradford just puts down the X in front of it. But then the rope comes out of nowhere, grabs the snake because again, it's got arrows and other things sticking out of it. And I guess Bradrick's instincts kick in, and he still wants to live. And as the snake gets pulled back a little by the ropes, he grabs the black axe and kills it. Then he leaves. He climbs out of the hole again. What do you call it? Burrow, maybe, where the snake and his children would hide during winter. So he goes back up and finally sees the elk again after 3 years. As we go through the pages before that, he's wondering where the elk is. In one instance, he hears a bone fall, and he thinks that perhaps it's the clinking of the elk's hooves. But yeah, finally, the elk has returned. I mean, he did warn him in the last one, don't insult me, I'm your only guide. And Bradrick asks him, did you see all the damage I've done to Mousekind in these years? And he says, no, but I have seen that the maker of the axe almost didn't create it. Isaiah about Farah has almost decided to join his first wife and daughters. You see, I guess maybe a more symbolic image of him going to not an eagle, vulture. It was more like a vulture that, I just don't remember what beast, or what predator, I should say, killed his family. I think it's more symbolic that he decides to join them, but then he decides to keep living for other mice, to keep going, and then for his new bride and their children. And you see him sitting in his house, and he's got now a daughter, a son, I think, and I'm not sure the last baby because it's tiny and you can't tell. But yeah, so he's got a new wife and children. So he has, now many reasons to keep going, to live. And Bradrick, and no, not Bradrick, and then he talks to, and then Bradrick, sorry, asks him, how much more is this going to continue? Is this, how bloodthirsty is the axe? When will it finally be finished? I think the elk is trying to tell him that all this sacrificing, that even though so many mice have died, he still has to keep on fighting. Realistically, that's how it's gonna be. Always going to be mice that will die, but they have to keep fighting. All of his sacrifices are the reason why people can continue. Not people. Why the mice can continue to have families and live on continue living. But I think he's just trying to basically encourage him, and he tells him, "Yeah, this will not end. But if you wish to," he tells him, "if you wish to put down the eggs and do it, I think after." I think he's telling him about killing that vulture that maybe took Farah's family. Let me just look. Okay, it never ends, he tells him. But you may rest when Langstade is no more, and the servants join him in death. Though I think he means one of the snakes, I believe. I believe. Because I don't think he means that. And after he tells him that, we see a snake way behind in the field. He's going towards, is slithing towards Bradrick. That's when the elk warns him, Bradrick. And then Bradrick turns around and slices the snake, slices a part of its tongue and one of its poisonous fangs. And then the snake comes at him again, and he dodges. And then he jumps up and sticks the axe in its head. And now the snake is dead. It's another one of those 5. But then Bradrick looks, and in one of his arms, there's that tooth that he sliced from the fang that he sliced off the snake, because this snake is poisonous, very poisonous. It's in its name. And then you see the elk looking and saying poison as he disappears. And then Bradrick gets up and pulling the axe, barely walking, then he falls. And then the panel is black. The last panel is black, and that's where the story ends. Okay, so first cover. This is a fantastic cover. Look at the details on the elk. I mean, I still wish David Peterson would have done the art, but honestly, we decided to collaborate to work on this. It has a great style as well. And still very fitting with the world. Look at that. It's a nice, pale, these pale blues. Very fitting. Let me show you some of the art. But only a few pages, because this is new. This took me a while to get this one. It was just one more issue left. You see the snakes are attacking this place, and there's that little young fur, as they call them. Poor little girl. Her mom and dad were probably in there. Oop. See, this is the matriarch. And this is Lockhaven back then. There she is. And there's that one I've been talking about, the council. And you see there she's wondering if Bradrick is even alive. So yeah, lovely, still a lovely art style. Still really fits the story. And the colors are very pleasant. That's the art. Well, it's a good continuation to the story. I was wondering how we were gonna see this really. I don't remember if I talked about when I made the video about the first issue, but I was wondering, are we gonna see him kill each snake? In the next one, I thought maybe the elk will be with him. It looks like the spirit of the elk has abandoned him for a few years, or just left him. And he killed off. It looks like he killed off two more of the snakes. I'm not sure if he managed. That leaves two more then. But now that begs the question: is he even going to survive? Now, there's no spoiler really, but I'm pretty sure he does because someone passed on the Black Axe. So at least someone either he survives in the last issue, or someone finds him and helps him, and he passes on the axe for him. Because one way or another, this is the dawn of the Black Axe. This is when it all started. All of it being passed down through mice through the generations, and the current one, at least in the continuity, you could say, is Liam. But yeah, left to see what's gonna happen. If someone does help him, does that mean later on, is he going to be, what's going to happen to him? If someone helps him, are we just gonna see him die there? No, I think Sal's probably gonna help him. Won't end just him dying there, but who knows? I think Sal's gonna help him because in the cover for issue 3, you do see actually the matriarch taking care of him. I don't know, that's just the cover, but I wonder if that happens. I wonder if someone goes to find him, or because I don't think he can survive long with the poison in his body. And that is left to be seen. Overall, this has been great. Some cool snake fighting. He's really good with that axe by now. You see, he has to. You can see on his cape, he had to a cloak. He had to sew it many times because of all that he's been through. But I'm really loving it. I'm so happy there's more Mouse Guard. I do wonder if maybe Mr. Peterson is gonna do a more future story, because I would love to see Liam again. Just to maybe get to a point where we see Liam pass down the axe to someone. See all the characters in the future, because we've got Sadie and Kazif, or Kanzi, or Kanzi, I think, because he he has a thing with Sadie. Interesting. I don't know if the Mouse Guard ever have baby mice. And there's matriarch of their time, Gwendolyn, and she and Saxon kind of have a romance. Would be interesting. Yeah, if true that the matriarch of their time really does take care of Bradrick, I wonder how she finds him and all of that, if that's true. Well, but that is left to be seen in issue 3. I'm definitely looking forward to it. I love that there's more Mouse Guard. Of course, there's more that I still need to get, but I love that there's current stuff. Alright, folks, so that is it. Let me know what you thought of issue 2 of Mouse Guard, Dawn of the Black Axe. And that is it. Remember, collect what you're passionate about and share it on YouTube. Bye!